Testing 1 2. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, it seems like we know why the Fundora versus Thurman fight was canceled. We all kind of felt there was some funny business. You see, even though we're a small channel, we're 1,000 and some, it doesn't mean we're on the cutting edge of finding out what's going on. I'm going to bring it to you today. The real reason why the fight got postponed. It was a little hand injury. It was something else, or maybe a little bit of both, but this something else is really the main reason, and it makes perfect sense. I haven't even uploaded the video I did yesterday. It's uploading right now as we speak, regarding as to there's something going on, the reason why this fight's not happening, and we were already on the cups, and I'm going to share with you, this article came out and it talks about when Fundora and Thurman will show up, and you're not even going to believe under what card, and we just made a video about that too. So let's get into the article here, man. God, it's crazy because you wouldn't think that this type of fight would be an undercard, but apparently Keith "one-time" Thurman and Fundora are going to be under the undercard of the Manny Pacquiao fight in January. Oh, let's read this article really quick. Sebastian Fundora's WBC junior middleweight title defense versus Keith Thurman. It's a title defense, junior middleweight title defense, and an undercard is expected to land on Manny Pacquiao's undercard in late January, sources told The Ring. The second bout of Pacquiao's comeback is set for January 24th in Las Vegas, the Hall of Fame boxer announced last week. Those sources said the fight could shift to January 31st. Pacquiao was held to a draw in July when he challenged WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios. Rolly Romero is considered the front runner for Pacquiao January's assignment. Okay, Fundora and Thurman were to headline their own PBC on Prime Video pay-per-view on October 25th in Las Vegas before Fundora's hand injury during training camp postponing their fight. Fundora's injury, sources said, occurred when he landed a punch that connected with his sparring partner's elbow on Wednesday. Fundora received good news when discovering his hand isn't fractured, but he can't spar for 3 weeks because of contusions, sources said, and the hand is inflamed and swollen. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but here we go. Fundora and Thurman are not a pay-per-view draw. They are not a pay-per-view draw. Let's say it one more time. It's not a pay-per-view draw. I don't know what they were thinking. PBC, Al Heyman, whoever you were thinking, you're going to feed us this fight and make us pay for it? No, sir. Look, I'm a big Keith "one-time" Thurman. I've been there in the beginning when he was, I love Keith. But Keith, you've been out too long, brother. You've been out too long to be getting that big payday. You're not Crawford. You're not even Pacquiao. That's when it comes to the brand. So yeah, you're going to be on the undercard. I know Keith Thurman says he don't do undercards. You're going to have to be. And it's real simple. Imagine you had a food truck. You put it in a corner. Real simple metaphor, guys. Real simple metaphor. It's not complicated here. You put it in the corner and people find out like, damn, this guy sells really good food. Let's just say it's hot dogs or burgers, and it's like, man, it's buzzing, and you have like a good 2 or 3 months, and all of a sudden you decide to take like a year break off of your food truck thing because of an injury or whatever. You decided to do something else. Then you come back a year later and you put your food truck there and expect all that buzz, all those people to come and get your food. It's not. It's going to slow. You're going to have to build it back up, and you might not even build it up again because somebody might have come along and stolen your idea or stolen your thunder, and now they get the attention. It's the same thing. You can't expect to be a pay-per-view draw, when you've been out this long. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Pacquiao is 40-some years old. He just fought Barrios, and now he's a bigger draw, obviously because of his name, but you were working your way up to that. Now you're not. So I think we got to be honest and objective here. Is Keith Thurman, you're not a draw anymore. You can be with an exciting fight with Fundora, but not yet. Now Fundora, not a pay-per-view draw, man. Not a pay-per-view draw. Yeah, he's a champion, but he's not a pay-per-view draw. He's kind of a freak of nature. I think the boy fight's cool, man. He's exciting. There's never a boring fight with Fundora. Never a boring fight with Fundora, but he's not a draw yet. He's kind of like one of those weird. It's like he's like Yao Ming, man. For the Rockets, you know, he scores. He's good. He's kind of like the tallest guy in NBA. Y'all remember Yao Ming? But he just wasn't a one of those like exciting, flashy. The market wasn't there. I'm not saying he can't, but he's not a draw. So why are you trying to feed us this PBC, Al Heyman, or whoever's managing these people? I think it's those. We're not going to eat it, man. We're not going to take that. So I think tickets were not selling well. And what do they have to do? They have to bring Manny Pacquiao to the rescue and put him on the undercard. Now that's a fight I'll pay for. Pacquiao against Rolly pay-per-view and Keith Thurman and Fundora. Yes, you will have my money. Here it is. Take it. But don't give me this Fundora versus Thurman as a headliner. Make me pay. No way. Anyway, guys, I wanted to bring you this information. Like I said, we don't gotta be 100,000 subscribers to give you good content. We're a small channel, but we keep it real, analyzing things and just calling it out. One more thing, for all you boxing fans out there, when you talk to a boxer, you hear these boxers that have their podcasts, and they say, man, you don't know the S word about boxing. They say, we don't know anything about fighting, but we do know a lot about how you fight because we watch you, we pay for your fights, and we understand how you behave because the truth don't lie. So when anyone tells you that, you do know something about boxing. At the end of the day, we're the customer, and the customer sees their product, and maybe we don't express it as elaborate as the Malinagis, as the Tarvers, as the Jones, but we do know something about boxing. We're the fans. We're the ones that pay your bills, and we understand what's going on. Maybe we can't elaborate as much as they can technically, but we understand boxing to a certain degree, okay? So don't ever let anyone tell you that. Anyway, that's the punch. That's the story. That's ETB Boxing. Thanks for stopping by.